So cars are expensive. You spend a lot of money on your car, you might as well spend the extra $600 and get yourself some snow tires if you What's up guys, my name's Jeff. This is my 2024 Subaru BRZ Premium, and I'm about to drive up to Flagstaff, Arizona in a snowstorm. Funny enough, this is actually my commute, and I just got off work, and I knew for a fact it was gonna be snowy and icy. I did have to go work for a few hours, but now I have to drive back home. And in this video, I wanna talk about the #1 mistake Subaru drivers make in the wintertime. I haven't looked on exactly how much snow we're going to get, but this morning it was about 15 degrees driving down the canyon. There wasn't snow falling at the time, but my tires were gripping pretty good, and it wasn't much of a concern for me. But now going home, I'm a little concerned how this car is gonna perform, but I know and I trust in my snow tires. Coming down the canyon to work today, it was about 15 degrees, and then it warmed up to just above freezing. It was about 32 degrees Fahrenheit coming down this morning, and going home it's probably going to be a little warmer, but there is snow accumulating, and I know it definitely is sticking in Flagstaff. Flagstaff is typically, 10 to 15 degrees colder than Sedona where I work, and there's a big elevation change. Making a little pit stop here at Midgley Bridge near Sedona. There's a giant cement truck in front of me, so I'm taking a little break, and then I'm gonna get up there and follow him. So a lot of people think that just because you have all-wheel drive means you don't have to buy snow tires. And that is the biggest misconception out there with vehicles, and especially Subarus. There's literally Facebook groups with people that are driving the WRX or any Subaru that are making memes about, oh yeah, I forgot to get snow tires. Oh yeah, I thought I would get by with my all seasons. My street tires should be fine because it's all-wheel drive, and that is the furthest from the truth. Here I am driving on pretty much ice, and this car is handling just fine. I've been seeing so many people slide around out here with all-wheel drive cars. There's a Honda CRV, I think that's all-wheel drive, the new one. I saw, a big truck with all-terrain tires. Same thing. All-terrain tires does not mean snow tires. And neither is all seasons, especially. All seasons are basically a summer tire that you can drive in the wet pretty well. I've never had snow tires before, but when I got my Pirelli Ice Asymmetrical Pluses, I have not looked back. These are absolutely so confidence inspiring. I have been driving on ice all morning, and now I'm going back home up to Flagstaff where there's supposed to be a bunch of snow up there, I think today, and I'm so excited to drive up there now. We're still at 33 degrees, but pretty soon we're gonna be approaching 32 degrees, and that's gonna be where those tires really start to shine here. There's so much moisture on this road that's gonna be ice here in just a few minutes, but it just doesn't matter that much whether you have all-wheel drive, front-wheel drive, or rear-wheel drive. My BRZ is about just as capable as any car is with the snow tires it has. We actually were in Purgatory, Colorado, near Durango, southwestern Colorado. Yesterday I was there, and we were out snowboarding, and I took the BRZ out there, and I went up to Colbanks Pass on the $550 million highway in icy conditions, and that's, the Colorado Rocky Mountains. And the BRZ did just fine. I'll try to include some of the B-roll for you guys today. Snow tires have been an absolute game changer for my BRZ, and I am not hesitating to really take this car anywhere now. When I got it, as soon as I tried driving one day with my summer tires, the Michelin Primacies that come on this car, I was sliding instantly. And the second I put these tires on, I felt so much more grip. If you can find even a used set on Facebook Marketplace, I would recommend it. Just look at the date code when they were made. My Pirellis are only a few years old, but they're still in great condition. This is so exciting to me because this is like the first real snow that we've got in Flagstaff. We actually had a few a couple days ago, but this is definitely the first real snow in the canyon and in Sedona, Prescott, northern Arizona, that's not Flagstaff area. And that's really cool because this canyon and Sedona never really get snow. So looks like they got the sand trucks going right now. They got all the equipment out. The roads are completely fine so far. I'm about halfway up the canyon. It still says 33 degrees Fahrenheit. So we need it to be at least 30 for the real ice to start happening, but we still got a lot of elevation to climb before we're up in Flagstaff. About probably 20-25 more minutes of driving until I reach the summit or the point I want to get to. Don't make the mistake I did when I had my FRS 2 years ago. I had 2014 FRS. That's what inspired me to get this car. And if you guys don't know, that's the first generation of these cars before Scion got canceled, and it just was the Toyota GT86, which is now the GR86. And I didn't have snow tires, and I drove up to Flagstaff, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna try sliding around in the ice. And I damn near totaled my FRS just because I did not have snow tires, and I just wasn't aware of the repercussions of not having snow tires driving in winter time. So please guys, do not be like me. Get snow tires as soon as possible. I don't care if you got the WRX, I don't care if you got the Outback Wilderness with the all-terrains. It's not going to cut it if you are in an area that is icy, freezing temperatures, and snowy. Yeah, as you guys can see here, these tires are super soft and malleable, and that is something you're not going to get in the summer tires or even the all-season tires or even the all-terrain tires. And these big chunks of ice are just falling out of the divots in these tires, and it's so much space in those gaps there. These things are just absolute beasts. I'm so excited right now, guys. I've never been so excited about this car until it started snowing. And it might be because I'm from the Northwest where we get a lot of snow originally. And now I live in northern Arizona, which is very dry climate and hardly gets any precipitation. And the fact that we got this much snow today and last night is super exciting. You guys see that? I just saw a Camaro and it looked like he was a little nervous. He probably doesn't have snow tires. Oh man, now they're fully stopped up there. Did someone wreck? Now you guys might have just seen me spinning out a little bit in the snow. And don't get it confused, if I had my summer snow tires, you wouldn't even be able to attempt pulling off to the side like that and starting and moving. So that's how much confidence these tires give me. I can pull into 2 or 3 inches of snow. I'm a rear-wheel drive sports car. I got no problems getting out of there. It slipped a little, but I would recommend, if you do have rear-wheel drive, Mustang, Camaro, BRZ, GR86, whatever it is, get some snow tires and just go out there in the snow, do some snow drifting, sliding around. That's what I'm gonna try to do today. I wanna find a spot where I can slide and really do some snow drifts and just have a little bit of fun. Man, it's hard to get some of these shots for you guys, but I hope they're turning out okay for this video. Really trying to capture the snow, the scenery. We're almost at the top of Oak Creek Canyon overlook here. And if you can see back there, that sun is coming out and we're getting quite a good view out there. So if you have all-wheel drive, that's great if you have a WRX or any other Subaru than the BRZ. But your all-wheel drive Subaru is about as capable as my rear-wheel drive Subaru if we both have street tires driving in winter condition. If we both have snow tires, yes, the all-wheel drive would definitely get more traction in that scenario back there. But overall, you have to think about stopping, you have to think about turning, and all your tires are gonna grip whether you have all-wheel drive or not, because your drivetrain, that only matters when your tires are engaging, when you hit the throttle. If you are just coasting, turning, or coming to a stop, which is 75% of driving, it doesn't matter what wheel drive you have, you know, especially when it's winter conditions. You're going to be driving slower anyway, you're going to be taking turns slower, and you want those tires to grip. Half of the accidents that happen aren't because they didn't get enough traction, it's because they can't stop or they can't take a turn at a decent speed because they're using summer tires on ice. Well, my phone just slid behind my back seat there, so I can't film any B-roll right now. I'm pretty pissed. Anyway, we're at the top of the canyon right now. We're coming up on the mesa, coming up into Flagstaff proper. The clouds have kind of dissipated a little, unfortunately, so it's not as stormy as I thought it was going to be. But that is fine. I'm gonna go over to Fort Tuthill, I guess, and see if I can find a parking lot up there, and then go about my day. Maybe I'll get some Chipotle. I'm kind of hungry for Chipotle. I got off work early because of the snow, which is kind of cool. So I'm putting that time into making videos for you guys. If you guys are liking this video right now, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate you guys watching the channel. I have no idea why that is so much damn fun. That is like the funnest thing about this car right there. That is why you get a rear wheel drive right there. You can have fun all wheel drive right here, but can you actually slide sideways like that? Maybe. I mean, maybe. I think you might be able to. Oh my god, dude, that's the best spot for sliding right there, guys. We got a couple good slides in. So all I'm doing is just pressing the traction control off button. I think that's the right way to do it. I'm just hitting that little button right there on the right, the track and traction control off, but then this is just traction control. And I think that loosens up the tires, because it's not like trying to engage traction control when I am sliding, but man, we got some icy conditions out here right here. So I'm gonna go back to this other spot here so no one you know, thinks it's a good idea to call the cops on me or something because I'm doing some snow drifting. I don't know why it should not be illegal. I'm just trying to use my car how I want to use it, and I'm trying to I don't know what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to be able to control my car. I don't think that should be something people should be afraid of trying. Get out there, especially if you live in a climate that's icy and snowy and you're scared about driving in the snow. Go to an empty lot, whether you got snow tires or not. Just spin around and spin around. Make sure there's nothing in your way that you're gonna hit, and get used to that feeling. But that's the whole point of this video, is you can't really have any traction doing that without snow tires. So yes, all-wheel drive is obviously going to be the best bet for you, but you can't just use that as be like, oh, I'm good because I got all-wheel drive. That has nothing to do with the amount of traction you need in ice and snow when you need to stop and turn correctly. So cars are expensive. The BRZ is surprisingly cheap at $30,000 for this one. The new ones I see are like $36,000 for the 25s. This is the premium model. But anyway, you spend a lot of money on your car. You might as well spend the extra $600 and get yourself some snow tires if you do live in a climate that has freezing temperatures and some amount of precipitation. I'm in Arizona, and this is what I have in Arizona. So I couldn't imagine if you're in the Midwest or if you're in the Northeast or the Northwest and you are running a Subaru without snow tires. The BRZ is definitely a little more limited because it's rear wheel drive, but it's not to be confused. You need snow tires in the wintertime to drive safely, for not only your own life is at stake there, but others are at stake. So that's what I'm concerned about when I drive out in the snow. It's not that my BRZ is going to be sliding around because I have snow tires. It's that somebody didn't have snow tires and they slid right through the stoplight or something like that. So I'm not trying to scare you guys, but I am trying to just give you a little warning that you need to have snow tires. And I love these. These are Pirellis. I was going to get the Falcon X Ice ones. Those are pretty good too, but I found a deal on Facebook Marketplace for these Pirelli Ice Asymmetrical Pluses. I don't know if they actually make these anymore, and I got the wheels with them as a bonus, and I think it looks so cool, especially with the snow there on the tires and the wheel well. But yeah, guys, out here in Flagstaff, Arizona, I'm really enjoying making these videos. I hope I have a lot more snow videos coming out for you. But we went out to Purgatory, took the BRZ out to Durango recently. So much damn fun. I can't wait to go out there again. And I think we're going to go out to Bryan Head, but we're not taking the BRZ out there. We are just going to take our Honda Pilot. But this BRZ is super capable in the snow with snow tires. If I had my street tires on, it would be an absolute nightmare. And the first time I tried driving on ice, I was just leaving my house going to work. I had to call into work because I could not drive with my street tires. So even if you have all-wheel drive, like when I had my Crosstrek, you guys didn't see any footage of that, unfortunately, but even with the Crosstrek with all-wheel drive, I was sliding around as well. But anyway, that's gonna wrap up this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Get snow tires for a Subaru, or at least get all-terrain tires if you do have like a lifted Crosstrek or something like that, or your WRX is lifted, or even the Outback Wilderness. Like those tires that come with it, or the Crosstrek Wilderness, those Yokohama Geolanders, they're okay. They're pretty good, but nothing's gonna compare to a actual softer compound in a snow tire. If you feel a street tire, summer tire versus a snow tire, you'll notice how much softer and malleable it is to grip that snow and ice, whereas a street tire is a lot harder. And you do have to run snow tires a little higher PSI as well. All right, guys, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace.